to wrap the season for the year 2023. Island Titans Cricket Club versus the oldest cricket club in Nigeria, Foundation Cricket Club.
My love, how are you? John, how? You want to charge? Do you have a charger? I'm using my cord, that's the problem.
I have cord, I don't have charger.
Yeah, come and use my phone.
Oh, yeah. Should I bring my...
Bring your cord now.
Yeah, wait, let me bring my cord. So you don't change your mind?
Oh, it's iPhone?
Yes. So we're not sing that today again?
Until probably next season. What's my own? This was somebody can see.
I don't have coming back again now. Thank you so much. I'll bring my power bank later.
Only batteries.
Thank you, like,
as I said, make I start, right?
Executive of the CCC League, led by Mr. Akidenti, alongside the two teams that are playing this final game of the season, FCC versus Island Titans, want to have a view of what the bowling of Mr. Akata looks like. The President, Nigerian Cricket Federation, and the Chairman of Edo State Cricket Association. Miracle, Aibe will see miracle today, and his eyes will get turned. Oh, young people, you go down there, you run, you find your friend with your mirror. And so, when I ask you that, you agree with me? Or Mr. Who is the guy? The line and the point is simple. Let's go out, Mr. Who is our guy? What happened on the line?
Because I need to move these guys to that side.
We started. So I have 20 minutes here, 5 overs. Mic check. Let me go on live. Come. So how do I hear myself? How do I? Is it on? Good afternoon and welcome to the TBS Cricket Oval. It's the last game of the Club Cricket Committee Division 1 League game between Foundation Cricket Club and Ireland Starters in what will prove to be a decisive one for deciding the top place team. It's been a long season from November 2022 up till now. Humbly yours, Endurance of Fame here on the mics alongside Abaomi Ayanusi. We'll be walking you through this game today. From the pavilion end is Rashid Abolari. Goes on with pad. Umpire Ramon Adeleko not interested. Walks towards his left to just say not keen on that one. Rashid, experienced campaigner in this business, he's been around for some time. Alan Tata has won the toss and elected to go first in what is just another game in the league. Interesting part from this one. Beauty outside the off-stump, leaving that one confidently. Izad from 16 games, 12 victories. Ibeju Lekki Cricket Club guaranteed winners of the CCC 2022-23 Division 1 winners. In a league that have been affected by the weather, playing a crucial role. GCI hoped on the last day, but it didn't happen. Ibeju having to walk away. Brilliant drive, but straight to the man at cover point. No run there. Is Rashid, who's still working really hard from the pavilion end, trying to make a statement for himself here. Another .1, not what is required now. Amazing first over. It's 6 balls board, no runs on the board. It's Foundation Cricket Club batting. And it's Elijah Saturday, Jimmy and Meaku Ahigbe who are the crease. The league standing presently is FCC sitting on top position. How long are they going to hang in there? In a few hours, we'll find out. The league standing, Ibejuleki winning the league convincingly, and behind them is Government College Ibadan Old Boys Association Cricket Club. They've been very consistent in their process this season. Very unlucky, a few washed out games, and hey, that's what the league talks about. The playing conditions were clear on those ones. It's Foundation Cricket Club sitting on third position, guaranteed third. FGC Warrior from nowhere sticking around, and at the bottom is Lagos Asian, unexpectedly relegated, and Ibadan Metropolitan Cricket Club. It's Joan Joseph who will continue from Court of Appeal end. With me in the commentary box is Ajidagba, my main man. Shehu, you're welcome to the call this morning. The last game of the season. 72 league matches. Shehu, what do you have to say here?
Excitement, Andy. It's a wonderful afternoon. The 7th day of May 2023. A perfect weather to play the game of cricket. Hello, everyone, from wherever you are viewing us globally. This is the Honorable GBOLAHAN Olusegun YISHAWU CCC League, and it's been exciting. Last game of the season has no implication on the league table because the Ibejuleki Cricket Club, who have been the dominant team, held sway by the skin of their teeth to win the league. But I must tell you, it's been an exciting league, and no wonder they call it the best league in West Africa.
Thank you, Sean. You always have your ways around those statements and comments. Here, just to let you know a bit of statistics, Division 1 cricket, we saw 72 league games, 54 of those actually played, and 13 of them affected by the rains. Yeah, games teams opted out 5 of those ones. So it's been a long season, and today is the last of it all. But who takes the day? FCC, brilliant shot. This time it goes all the way for maximum, and a 6 there. An amazing shot. Spot on, statement clearly made. A 6 runs on the board here for Foundation Cricket Club. Are they going to continue from here? Time tells.
Well, interesting to know that Miracle Akigbe and Elijah Saturday are opening the batting for FCC, and a Saturday decided to do strange things on a Sunday. That's absolutely incredible. Those are kind of shots that I always see Andy also play those good old days when the body and soul were still together. But a Saturday playing a 6 on a Sunday is absolutely tremendous.
Trust me, one thing Ajidagba have seen in these youngsters is that they've continued to improve the level of cricket, the standard they've grown, and they are in the crop of squads selected for Nigeria. And I mean, what do you expect when you work with a guy like Steve Tikolo in your training opportunities? So you expect to come into the league and prove what you're meant for. These are top national team standard players and shouldn't be playing around this game. I mean, good to see the amount of quality here, and let's hope that this game becomes some excitement.
We have come to the end of second over. 7 runs for the loss of no wickets. Captain Sunil coming from the Court of Appeal end, while Nigerian international, one of the finest pace bowlers Nigeria have, Rashid Abolari, coming once again from the pavilion end. Ended during his first over, he went unskated. It was a maiden over. Not until the second over, FCC could not pull runs on board, and that's what Rashid Abolani can do. He's tormentor in chief.
Well, trust me, Ajidagba has been experienced in this business, and he's got tremendous talent. You can't take that away from him. There you go in the air. Will he take that? That's the first wicket, and the man departs is Rashid Agbolari, who've gotten the break for Foundation for Island Titans Cricket Club. As expected, he got the breakthrough. Just to run you down the team list for today's game is Foundation Cricket Club, captained by Ghanaian international David Ankra, with jersey number 12, Austin Naimeka, jersey number 13, Elijah Saturday, that's Ajidagba's man, jersey number 44, Aide Miracle, jersey number 01, Isaac Danladi, the key man, the most inconsistent player for Foundation Cricket Club this season, is on jersey number 77, Douglas Humbe, jersey number 7, Emmanuel Boniface, 57, Abdul Rashid Okpeyemi, jersey number 22, Adebola Adeyemi, an old campaigner who has been in this game for a long time, is on jersey number 88. Kashon Yusuf, the man from Kaduna, also a Nigerian international, on jersey number 58. Senior man Akiri Olagbenga is jersey number 7, and the senior man, 12th man for today, is Adele Sunday. And main man here, Ajidagba, will run you through the team list for Island Titans.
Thank you very much. When I called on Rashid Abolari as the tormentor-in-chief, he answered me in spectacular fashion, bold and cut, and so Miracle cannot get any miracle in the batting crease. Sunil is the captain, Sheson Adedeji is the vice captain, Sulaiman Rushewe is the wicket keeper, Elijah Olabi, Joan Joseph, Abolari Rashid, Zain, Bisoi, Sahil, Vinkat, James, and Zubair is the 12th man. Good running in between the wickets and great attempt from former Ibejuleki Cricket Club player Elijah Olale, former under-19 player also, it must be said. Rashid also part of the team that made history for us in South Africa, but plays now for the national team.
Looking for the big one, only manage a bit of top edge over cover point for a couple is Rashid Abolari, who's still trying the inroad for Island Titans, the man with the only wicket thus far. A big day here, a lot of questions here, big game, evenly balanced sides, plenty of experience on both sides. I would say young, energetic youngsters around both teams. Rashid Abolari again. Just one dab. Good thinking, good cricket here by both teams. Rashid, if not known by you all, one of the under-19 stars at the under-19 World Cup. Consistent in what he has done against England. Ajidagba bamboozled them away with plenty of swing in South Africa.
You have to say that again. Rashid Abolari from the pavilion end. Oh, good shots. One of the guys that Andy talked about, they're trying to form a partnership, Danladi Isaac and Elijah Saturday. We still have to go and meet ICC one of these days to ask them, after qualifying for our first ever World Cup, you pitted us in a group of deaths, former World Cup winners. England, West Indies, and of course Australia. But hey, we left our indelible mark at the World Cup. We also won a game, and that was our classification game against Japan. Ifeanyi Ubo doing the needful by winning the player of the match. So Andy, he goes into history as the first Nigerian to win a player of the match at any World Cup.
Trust me, Ajidagba, I mean, these young stars have really done well for themselves. You know, just to let us into the brief of it all, it's end of the total over 12-1, and it's FCC that is batting. At the crease is Elijah Saturday and Danladi Isaac, the most consistent player this season, and hopefully brings us some delight in this T20 encounter. Hoping that Foundation takes the day, but trust me, Sheson Adedeji, Roshenwe Sulaimon, very most informed players for Island Titans, have a lot to offer. So perhaps we'll see one of the most exciting games this season. Will be good to see. Another dot ball there.
Thinking just a one, straight to mid wicket. Long on comes into play. I beg your pardon, mid on. Good to see this scoreboard ticking. Plenty will be required from this game. And trust me, it's expected to be an amazing encounter here between Foundation Cricket Club, who have done well to stay third on the table through the season. It's consistency, middle in the table. Not bad to see. Wide ball there. The race for dominance continues. 3.3 overs ball is Joan Joseph, who continues from the Court of Appeal end. Amazing back foot, but through the fielder, very poor and sloppy fielding there. They would take a couple. Comfortable two there by these batters, Danladi, Isaac and Elijah Saturday. Decent bowling set field placement. No chance there. The youngsters really in business here today. Joseph Joan just consistently bowling simple line and length for T20 cricket format. I would say one would expect some big blow coming through to him by Danladi Isaac, who's presently on 4 or 5 balls. Brilliant shot just for a single. Man in the deep comes into play. Presently at 4.43 run rate per over. Projected score, if goes this way, all to 20 is 89, but no wickets in hand expected to see plenty of runs on the board. Big swing, big shout, not interested, but this time it's gone, caught behind. And it's the man, Elijah Saturday, who departs for 10 of 13 deliveries with 1-6 and 76.92 strike rate. Not the kind of strike rate his teammates will have loved, but I'm sure they will savor that moment where he knocked Joan Joseph for a 6. Two wicket down, and so the captain has to come and take responsibility. Like we always say, Andy, when it comes clutch, the captains take responsibility like you do during your days. When it's getting unexpected, you have to come and steady the ship, and that's what we expect Ankara and Danladi Isaac to do. At least form some decent partnership, by extension pull us on board. David Ankara, one of the most experienced players on the side, Ghanaian international, playing his business here with Foundation Cricket Club, and captain of the side strolls into John Danladi Isaac. This will have to be that partnership. Foundation Cricket Club 6-4. End of 4th over is 17 for 2. With the current run rate being 4.25 per over. 16 overs to come.
Bowling change is Sunil Kumar. Bowling from the pavilion end. We're bowling his first over of this encounter. Just to keep us reminded, through mid-wicket, we get a couple, one easily taken. Coming back for the second is Elijah, who have chased that one, but couldn't stop the double from there. A misfield there, but the batter's quite happy with just two. For those who have just joined us, it's the last game of the 72 match league season of the CCC 2022-23 cricket season, and it's Foundation Cricket Club versus Island Tigers here at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval, the home of cricket in Nigeria. Well, what on Isaac Danladi is showing the stuff is made up. 7 of 7, the strike rate of 100. Jidagba, what do you make of the league this season? 72 games so far, plenty of games over 5 months period. Tell us, Aji.
Thank you, Andy. Captain Sunil coming from the pavilion end, doing the basic he's supposed to do. But back to your question, Andy. I've seen insipid batting, exquisite bowling, eye-catching wicket keeping, and of course, amazing fielding from all the participating teams. Oh, lovely shots there. Like we always say, singles wins matches. One of the things that would cost Island Titans on a day like this is their misfielding. Andy, it's interesting to know that October 9, 2022, when these two teams were supposed to meet for the very first time, you rightly mentioned that we had force majeure, no doubt, out of the 72 games, and rain washed out this game. But rain couldn't wash out today's game, because God has given us today that we are going to see quality batting from the two teams. Like we always say that who they bowl, they bat, and who they bat, they bowl.
But how you find those words to describe these things is amazing to me. But ladies and gentlemen, it's 21 for 2 after 4.4 overs. And it's Foundation Cricket Club that is batting. Isaac Danladi, most inconsistent man in the air. This time Sunil gives that away. No run there, not interested. David Ankra, former Ghanaian, present Ghanaian international, not interested. He's been a key member of this team this season. And his end of over number 5 is 20. It's 21 for 2 after 5 overs. Is the homeboy James Imaraim, who comes to the attack from the Court of Appeal end of the beautiful Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval on a windy Sunday afternoon of May 2023. The last game of the season promises to be an exciting encounter. It's been over 130 games across both divisions, Ajidagba, and I tell you, nowhere in West Africa we do see this amount of games being organized. I must give kudos to the Club Cricket Committee and the key sponsor, Honorable YISHAWU, Member-elect Lagos State House of Assembly, who has been the major sponsor of this tournament, MACA, of course, not leaving out our home supporters, Pets Foundation, who has been a key funder of the various Man of the Matches Award and Man of the Month Awards, and of course MACA drinks to make sure a lot of energy is asserted by these players. We say big thank you to all our sponsors. It's James Imalain from Court of Appeal and to David Ankra. Shots this time, he goes big in the air. What a miss. What a miss. It can never be this easy. It can't come this easy. It's not acceptable. Serious disappointment it must be for James Imalaim. A crucial wicket such as David Ankara is put down at backward of point. Ajidagba, what do you make of this?
I told you that Island Titans Cricket Club may they not have any reason to recall the missed chances that they've had in the first innings. You don't give a second life in cricket, so you don't have any reason to regret. Oh, this, they can't take 3, will they? Certainly not. And the man who dropped that ball, Zwine, will be asking himself, how did I do that? How did I? It was straight into my hand, and I had what they call butterfly fingers dropping those catches.
You can say that again. Ajidagba is quite, I mean, it's so easy. The ball came straight to him, and you don't want to give that opportunity to one of the most experienced players Foundation Cricket Club has. You know, David Ankara. You don't want to make that mistake, and trust me, this will be expensive if he hangs in there and bats through. It's again James Imalaim. This time he goes short again, and on the offside is, I mean, Ajidagba, you can't fault this young man. Dan Larry Isaac has been consistent this season and is hitting the ball timely, being in control of his shot. Amazing from him. Beauty to see. Not using power, just focusing on timing, has been consistent today, taking his time, finding the gaps and getting those runs. At the moment, he's 11 from 14 balls. Big swipe from him, no protection there. This will go all the way. It's the first boundary for Danladi Isaac. He moves on to 15 from 15 balls with a strike rate of 100. Brilliant show from him. Unlucky James Imalaim. In my opinion, but I think he's still bowling slightly short. He needs to take advantage of the swing on the wicket. You know, probably pitch it up a bit and see what he can get from the wicket. He's bowled 4 balls and he's bowled 5 balls. 4 of them have been shot, purely boundary balls written on them. One of them a drop chance off just a caressing shot from David Ankara. Last ball of the over. Big swipe inside edge and misses the storm straight to the keeper.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to hear the voices of YISHAWU Ajidagba and Endurance Ofem at the comms box for the last game of the season. And just to reiterate what you said, Endurance, James Imalaim has been consistent, bowling it on the off stump, and he must be telling himself, look, I need to continue bowling it there, even if Zayn had actually dropped him in the first ball of his over. Doesn't still mean he has done anything different. And Island Titans will be telling themselves these batters are taking advantage of the power play, even though not the way we would have expected it from the comms box. But nonetheless, FCC will still be happy with where they are, because the current run rate is at around the 4 to 5 runs per over, which FCC, if they continue this way, might be crossing 120 and 130.
Maybe you can say that again. I would want to see a situation where we see 150 on the board. It's possible. The wicket is playing nicely, and it's the end of the 6th over. It's 28 for 2, and it's Danladi Isaac and David Ankara, the captain of the Foundation Cricket Club, who are playing at the crease. Ankara 1 from 100%, and Danladi Isaac 15 of 17 balls with just a boundary, and it's 80 that is strike rate. Sunil continues from the pavilion end of the TBS Cricket Oval.
Rightly said. After 5 overs, 2 wicket down, 22 runs on board, 2 new batters. Oh,
that looks like an eggshell. Think the umpire thinks otherwise. David isn't walking. Sunil still a little bit amazed, still asking what sound did they hear over there?
Yeah, Ramon looks unperturbed, but then the body language of Ramon, Andy, you agree with me, sometimes it's a bit worrisome in the sense that his looks to Ankara was like, are you still waiting for me to do the needful? But I'm sure Ankara will be saying, I survived the second life again.
Well, you can say that again at Jidagba, but hey, if there is a doubt, the rule says give it to the batter, and that's what I think we've seen here. But I mean, the umpire are not checking. There might be some sound there, but not very convincing is the bat. David Ankra himself sticking in on the wicket and hoping to get along with this. But decent line and length bowling from Sunil. Consistency we've seen here. Nothing too fantastic. This time they would dodge for a single. Missed one. Great call from Danladi Isaac wanting the strike, and Jesse number 77. His captain David Ankra, the Ghanaian international, needs to stick around and making sure that the score keeps ticking.
You played against David Ankra back then in your international days in Endurance. I saw him play right here. Lovely shot towards the offside. Covers to race down to pick that up. So back to you, Endurance. You played against David Ankra back then. What do you think is different from him now and back then when he was playing?
Well, that was many years back. I think what I can tell you is that he's a youngster who's got a lot of potentials, but it takes a lot of time to walk through. Beautiful shot through the covers. There's a baffle stand and deliver from David Ankra. He would get a single from that one. Maybe back to your question, I played against him first in Ghana during an Ibeju tour, and trust me, he was quick lightning, with the ball. I mean, many years down the line, you can say, yeah, it slowed down a bit, a couple of yards, but again, that was concrete. You can imagine the kind of speed he was bowling at then. But hey, we survived them, even back in Botswana, where Dotto and myself had a 200 runs partnership. He was in that bowling lineup, and I know what we went through in the moments, but it was very good to see him. And trust me, for him to be playing in Nigeria is good for his cricket, and you can't take the talent and the potential this youngster have from him. If he stick around for the next 5 overs, he can be very destructive, I tell you.
So just to go...
But I was supposed to interject you. Why? Because I'm cross with you, Yomi. Why are you saying back in the days? And I've seen people come out of retirement, and Andy is planning to come out of retirement.
No way.
So he might still no.
It's not happening here. It's not happening.
All right, Yomi.
His retirement isn't on the field of play. His retirement is right here at the Cubs box.
It's not going to happen at 41. Trust me, sure, it's not going to happen at the age of 41.
Andy, let me tempt you. If they are going to auction you and pay you the kind of money that is paid at IPL to come out of retirement,
I can do some mentorship. But trust me, it's always fun to go out there to play cricket. But the most important thing at Jidagba is understanding when to call it quit.
Yeah.
These youngsters have got a lot of energy and they are playing brilliantly. What am I looking for? We've got a lot of top order batters in the present national team, and I'll always love to watch them play. You can't take anything away from those youngsters.
super comment, excellent thoughts from Endurance of M. James back at the Court of Appeal end. The two batters still batting are Isaac Danladi, 32 for 2, 7 overs gone. Isaac Danladi is the striker, and the man who has got 2 lives, hoping he does not get 9 lives like a cat, is James, the captain of FCC. Oh, that was cool as you like. Cool as you like.
Cool as you like is the reaction of Danladi that actually got my attention. The ball was way outside the off.
Yes.
He needed not to play immediately. Wait for the ball. He had enough gap between points, gully, and third slip. But rather he played it too early, and that went straight to Juan, who was standing at Congress.
If Juan had dropped that ball, he will be Juaned.
Trust me, AB. I mean, talking about the wickets this morning, it's quite slow. It's holding back a bit. You probably have to wait last minute before he played that shot too early. And of course, that explains why he had played the ball before he realized, oh, it was quite slower, and went straight to the fielder at covers. probably waited a bit more. He would have hit it through backward point covers, and that explains when you stick around, you understand the wicket and how it's playing. Unfortunately, should we get a very dry, hot weather here and sun, the wicket is going to be flatter later in the day. But early on, you're going to have to work hard and wait a bit more.
Abayami, I was tempted to ask you that the man who caught that catch was Joan Joseph, and he'll be saying to himself, am I dreaming? You know Joseph the dreamer. Now, how did this ball just come to me directly?
Well, I don't think he was dreaming. He waited for the ball, saw the reaction of the batter. He didn't hesitate at first. He just waited and then kept the ball straight into his hand. That's what we call practice catches, show. When you are in the training and then your coach throws those kind of balls or hit those kind of balls at you, show, those are the kind of catches you want to take. Into the bat now is Austin Foundation Cricket Club. It's quite strange that he has dropped down the order. Normally he goes in at number 2 and not number 3, but now he's coming in at number 5, so that's quite strange. But he gets off the mark towards the gully region for a single. James Imalahim consistent today. He has bowled 8 balls on the offside, and I must say what he has been doing paid off with the catch Joan took in the previous ball. And if we can recall the first over, his second ball, he would have had 2 wickets now.
Well, if you've set a 6-3 field, the 6-4 field on this side, you understand that that is a plan. You know, you're going to bowl one lines outside the off stump and let the batters worry about it. And you've seen from that wicket, the first error from Danladi Isaac. The ball was just short of a good length outside the off stump, not threatening anything. And what do you expect? This time again, he goes on the pad, he goes all the way, and he gets the maximum. AB, Achidagba, that's what we talk about consistency. You bowled brilliantly well outside the off stump. What are you looking for on the pad? There needs to be some form of patience by the bowler.
Endurance of him, that shot just made me remember a former Sri Lankan player, Tikaratne Durishan, who invented the deal scoop. You know, I also remember our own Ivo. You know, that there's Barnaby Ephraim, there's an avenue there. And the avenue is you have people on the offside, and why do you go to a place where you don't have people and you knock that ball for a 6? What a way to get into your game from Austin, and he's still doing the same thing.
And I'll tell you what, Achidagba, that's when tactical awareness comes into play, right? If you know you're going to go onto the wicket, you probably should put a fielder back up there. There is nobody down on the fine leg boundary. There's nobody in deep square, and you're trying to get the guy probably around this part. You've bowled 4 dot balls on the off-stump line. You want to go on the pass, you're going to have protection. So there has to be that coordination between you, the captain, and the fielders behind the bat to make sure that when you're going to come down that line, there's somebody you have some protection. You can see the 6 was in the air all the way through to the boundary. There probably could have been a catch, but this time hits it through the offside. He's going to get a couple, pushing for a second. No easy call from Ankara, and of course the batter there, who is Nemeka, is safe and back in his crease. He's 40 for 3 after 7.5 overs, and his foundation, who are still trying to set a decent total here.
I don't think he would have loved to do that, because the man who picked up that ball is a Nigerian international who went to South Africa for close to a month. Himself and Sylvester and Isaac Okwe is vastly experienced, and the vice captain of Island Titans Cricket Club, Sheson Adedeji. And he's still doing the same. And I'm sure that wherever he is now, Danladi Isaac, whether he's still in the right frame of mind or still ruminating over what happened to him, he would have been saying to himself, I think I should have done what Austin did in Nemeka, where I should have waited a bit for the ball since he wasn't coming towards my wicket. But Abayami, they are getting good totals, but the unfortunate thing is the wicket is a bit worrisome. They would have loved to be in this position without dropping any wickets.
It's basically not about the wicket, you know. The whole idea is this: keep the ball ticking, keep the runs coming. Don't look to pull a bad ball off a good ball. Once the bad ball comes, like what we saw Ankara did in the previous over, hitting James Imalahim to the boundary for 6. Once the bad ball comes on your part, punish it. Once the ball is in the arc, you play in the V. Runs are more easily scored in the V than trying to angle it around. Now, coming in from the pavilion end is the vice captain of the Nigerian national team, Sheson Adedeji. Now, at this point in time, having Sheson come from this end, you would have expected you would have expected that the field will be open, and that is what they've done. Now you have Rashid Abolari at long on. You have Elijah at deep mid wicket. You have Zayn at long off. James Imalahim. Now this is a strange one. Chesson is having a deep extra covers. Endurance, what do you think of this?
That is what you expect at this stage of the game. You're into the middle overs, of course, 42 for 3 after 8 overs. Halfway down, almost halfway down this innings with Chesson Adedeji, an experienced campaigner. He's smart enough. He's opened up the field. He's going to go up against David Ankra and MEDIAONE. David is 10 off 8. Not so confident hitting through the ground. But this time, what do you expect from a campaigner who is experienced in this business? What he's done is block the 4 boundary areas for the arrows, and he's going to squeeze in. And trust me, this is not the position that Foundation Cricket Club wishes to be. They've lost 3 crucial wickets in Miracle, Tanladi Isaac. Those 2 could have easily given them 60 runs off 30 balls, but they're not here, so captain has to carry everything on his shoulder, and that's what we're going to see now. Chesson Adedeji from the pavilion end. Another dot ball, not what you want to see. Presently, current rate 5.14. Projected score from here is 103. I tell you what, the wickets now will squeeze it in bit more, but this time Foundation have their key guys in the crease at the moment. Lost 3 crucial ones. Plenty of questions to answer here. Captain is going to stick in. Chesson will dot them in quicker. His experience in doing this is making sure that they have to answer to a lot. Already it's 2 dot balls. Comes down the line, will go for a single, pushes one into cover area, will just be 1. Good cricket under pressure, David Ankra this. It's good thinking, Island Titans making sure they take a pound of flesh from this.
Ankra has put the team at Foundation Cricket Club on his shoulders from the beginning of the season to this very point. But one game he would never forget is the battle between him and the eventual champions, Ibejulekri Cricket Club, at University of Lagos Cricket Over, where he had just the very last ball of the day to bowl to Taiwo Mohammed, and Taiwo did justice for his side, hit the ball to a 6, and Ankra since then has done, oh, lovely shot up in the air, that should go into the net, and that's a 6. Austin doing justice to the ball.
Maybe you can't find any shot that beautiful in this innings. Amazing, risk calculated shot, top of up stump line. He goes into it and over mid off, over long off. Ajidagba, you can't take anything away from that one.
From the trio of Abayomi, Endurance, Ofem, and Shewan Ajidagba, they love to see that 6, but I'm sure they don't like to see that 6 if they were on the fielding side or you are the one bowling. It has a way of psychologically setting you back. You need that mental strength to get yourself back. What a brilliant over that was to bring the night over to a close. Lovely 6. I saw Joan trying to do something, and I was wondering, Joan, what are you trying to do? Just go and pick this ball. 49 runs for loss of 3 wickets, 9 overs gone. Current run rate is 5.44, and by this the projected score will be 109. But hey, sometimes we might project this and things just turn out. I like the fact that Andy made a valid point talking about Danladi Isaac, the guys who should have given them some run, but cricket has taught us a lesson that you might be looking towards a particular player to get you the runs, another person just shows up. It comes down to who wants it the most, and the man who dropped a catch will be hoping that they don't drop him this time around.
It's Zayn who's taking over from the Court of Appeal end. We've gotten through this one, 49 for 3 from 9 overs into the 10th over. Slightly quick onto the path, safe over mid wicket. They'll get a couple easy one, and they're going for a second one. It's James Imalai who came into play there. Couldn't stop the second. The score moves to 51 for 3. This is going to be an amazing encounter. The wicket is slightly slower coming onto the bat. Zain, I say medium pace spin bowling there. Maybe 80 miles per hour. Captain David Ankra works that off the pads, I believe. The umpire Wale Adekoya will have to come into play. Johnson Sport leg by. Straight Yoka, big shout. Umpire Wale Adekoya says no, that one, and they will come for a second. Brilliant run in between the wickets. These two, fantastic call by Nemeka. Clearly, intent made known. That's another leg by. More runs to Foundation Cricket Club.
At this point, Foundation Cricket Club needs to start taking the bull by the horn. They need to start rotating the strikes. Forget the boundaries if it's not coming. Keep the ball taken. Try as much as possible to get to the 70 mark before the 12th over, and you have a game at hand.
AB, always important to pay the bills. We'd like to thank Honorable YISHAWU for this major sponsorship. MECA Energy Drink. All thanks to SAGOE Foundation, Pet Foundation. These are key supporters of the CCC League. CWAY Waters, providing us all the support from the beginning of the season, over 130 games. We'd like to say a big thank you to them at GBOLAHAN. They've played a major role understanding how difficult it is to get sponsorship in this part of the world for sporting events of this nature. We've had 18 teams in both divisions, Division 1 9 teams and Division 2 9 teams. We'll be bringing you the league standings at very soon. It's Ibejuleki who have won the league in a tight and keenly contested league. Which of question has left us and in our minds shadowed behind by GCI, Government College Old Boys Cricket Club, who have been key contendant against Ibejuleki in recent years, and this will continue to be business as we go along. That's the league standing on your screen there. Ibeju just sneaking away. Unlucky GCI in second place. I'll tell you what, they've been very consistent this season, and I'm not taking anything away from Ibeju, but I must applaud GCI Old Boys Cricket Club. They've shown consistency, they've played decent cricket, and I must give it to a team of youngsters. They've paraded. Ajidagba, your thought between both teams. I know you used to be a fine supporter and a keen supporter of GCI Old Boys Cricket Club. Tell us, AG.
Yeah, still a fan of Government College by the Old Boys Cricket Club, but take nothing away from the dominant team of the league, and that is Ibejuleki Cricket Club. This is what they call from adversity to victory. A team that came from Division 2 years ago at the Unilag Cricket Over during those good old days of Musbao, Shaya Olympio, who is still very much with them, Leke. You know, we can continue to count those names, and now they are in Division 1 and they are dominating very well. But I have to say that to all the sponsors that you mentioned, I quickly need to correct something. While Andy was mentioning those names, he had a way of sneaking in Ajidagba. I don't know how Ajidagba came into his thoughts. Ajidagba has not sponsored anything, but maybe in the nearest future we'll do something. But we have to say a big thank you to MECA Energy Drinks, SAGOE Foundation, Pet Foundation, CWAY Water, the Nigerian Cricket Federation, the Lagos State Cricket Association, Honorable GBOLAHAN Olusegun YISHAWU. You know, we have to thank all of you. You have been tremendous, but we are back to the game. After 10 overs, 54 runs for loss of 3 wickets, Sheson back. What a missed opportunity. David was trying to pull something there. Sheson Adedeji from the pavilion end, vice captain of the team. Forced David to go on backward defense, which I'm sure does not suit him. We like to go on the forward defensive. Just like Abayomi said some overs ago, singles, they also say win matches. You don't necessarily have to go for those big shots. If it's not coming, look for those spaces. Sheson will be loving this over, keeping where he wants them to be. I mean the batters. He wants them to continue to dot those balls if he cannot get those wickets. And that's what he's doing, Andy. I'm sure the fans will be looking for these two batters to look for singles. Not also forgetting their teammates who will be saying to themselves, forget the big shot. When it comes, it comes. If it does not come, look for those singles. Missed opportunity. He didn't work in with the bowler.
Well, that was a half chance, but should be taken at this point. Nothing to lose. Go for them. I mean, the run rate is quite not too explosive. It's just 5.09 per over. Projected score of 102 at the end of 20 overs. I would have taken my chance on that one. And it's end of the 11th over. It's 56 for 3. From this side is Foundation Cricket Club batting in the last game of the CCC 2022-2023 cricket season here at the Tafabala Square Cricket Oval. Is Division 1 show, and these are middle league teams. Foundation Cricket Club settled on 3rd position. Island Titans just trailing behind them on 6th position. And trust me, it's been a beautiful, season thus far. Brilliant to see. Ibejuleke, Government College, Old Boys Cricket Club, Foundation Cricket Club, FGC Warrior in 4th position, Government College, Ugeli, quiet campaigners, stuck around a bit, disappointedly seen LACC, Ibadan Metropolitan, not surprisingly going back to Division 2, but LACC, the club that won the league a couple of years back, is being relegated this season. Not too good perhaps, missed a couple of key players in that squad, but that's it, what it is. And of course, it's today, the last game, the match number 72 here at the TBS Cricket Oval.
LACC going to Division 2. A lot of people wouldn't have seen that coming. Over the last 3-4 seasons, LACC has just found a way to stay at Division 1. But this time, the jinx didn't work out well, as the games they could have won, some were televised, some were not. They had the chances, and today's game also, they had the chance to win before this game, where they played against Rising Star Cricket Club, but they lost it in between the overs. And now it's still Zain coming from the Court of Appeal and to David Ankara, who isn't understanding what Zain is bowling. He just presents the bat, and the ball just hits the bat and goes to wherever he wants to go to. But nonetheless, in T20, every run is a run.
Zain this time continues against David Ankara, who quietly moves to 16 of 19 deliveries with just a 6 and 84 strike rate. Behind him, captain will be looking to build through the final overs of this encounter. And Zain who continues quietly again, this time short, but he hits it in the air. Fielder nowhere to be taken. Another boundary, maximum this time. An amazing shot off the back foot. He was in between the front and back foot. He got that one over long off and gets the maximum from there. Just what is required. The score moves to 65 of 11.4 overs.
All right, Andy. That was great shot from Captain Ankara. Captain's shot, it must be said. Sheson had no chance at all. And I must commend the league organizers this season. For the first time in Division 2, we're having a Super 6 that produced people who are going to replace LACC and IMCC. Mondal Boys Cricket Club and the United Cricket Club. And do you recall last season, these two teams just showed their hands to be part of the league season, and they had to start from customary Division 2. They went, they saw, they conquered, and now they'll be rubbing shoulders with the big boys. That's what they call chilling with the big boys.
Ajidagba, I told you have a way of finding those words. You can say that again, but this time the big boys is not easy to chill with. Plenty of experience in Division 1 cricket, the conditions, the weathers, the officiating, the various teams, tactics, awareness, and national team players all around clubs. It's going to be something serious to contend with against this guy. He goes for the big sweep, but this time drifts down leg side. It will be a wild. Foundation will be happy to take that one. Scores moves to 65 for 3. After 11.5 is the last ball. Zain has to come through this from the Court of Appeal end. Zain continues, a big one, but this time just a single, sneaking around. He's called his man. No is a call from Captain David Ankra, who's moved on to 20 of 21 deliveries, 1 6 and a 4. It's end of over number 12 and it's 66 for 3. Projected score from here is 110. Currently, run rate is 5.50.
And then that just means that he's just some 4 runs short of what Yomi envisaged. That after the 12th over, they must be on 70.
Plenty of regulations time here going. It's halfway mark through. And of course, we'll be leaving AB on the mic for some time. We come back with you with Ajidagba. Plenty to do today, Ajidagba.
Yes, thank you very much, Endurance and Shehu Ajidagba. They've done pretty much well at the comes back, and now I'm back alone to the comes alone to do the game. And the umpires and the fielding side are having a discussion over the ball. I think that we might be seeing a slight discussion there, as we are seeing between the umpires and the team. Fielding side, I think it's going to be as regards the ball. We'll be showing you shortly the runs through our official scoring app known as Crick Heroes. And there you have it on your screen. Crick Heroes has been the official scoring app for Club Cricket Committee Lagos League. And as you can see, Foundation Cricket Club are 66 for 3 after 12 overs. And NIGERA is currently 9 runs of 12 balls. David Ankra is 21 of 22 balls, and we will be showing you the scorecard. And as you can see, the scorecard just loaded. Elijah Saturday, Jimmy had 10 of 14 balls. Miracle Akigbe, who was the first wicket, losses, just scored 1 after 4 balls. Dan Ladi Isaac, 17 of 20. David Ankra, who is still in, is 21 of 22 balls. And NMACA is 19, 9 runs of 12 balls. And the bowling statistics you've seen there, all bowlers have bowled 2 overs each. Bolari considered 5 runs, 1 wicket. Johan, 12 runs, 1 wicket. Sunil, 8 runs, no wickets. James Imalayim, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Sheson Dedeji, 9 runs, no wickets. Very well played by David Ankra to the leg side. Pushes that for 2 runs. That's what FCC will be telling themselves. Keep pushing it, keep running in between the wicket, lads. We need to cross the 100 mark. Once we're able to cross the 100 mark, then we will be able to have something to defend for the second innings. Sheson Adedeji, second ball of his 3rd over. David Ankra on the back foot. Covers couldn't hold on to that, and James, who was a deep extra covers, now comes into play for just a single. In between the commentaries, you'll be hearing the voices of fans who are engaged in the game, who are also watching. Later on, we'll be having the chief sponsor and person of engineer GBOLAHAN YISHAWU. Chesson bowling that quite slow. No run conceded. Very well played, back foot, covers couldn't hold on to that. And that should race towards extra covers where James Imalayim is. One run it is, and umpire Ramon Adelako signaling to his colleague Wale Adekoya to more balls to be bowled. Sheson Adedeji now decides to come from around the wicket. Bowling the fifth ball of this over. Oh, Ashton has just been bowled. What an end change, but Sheson Adedeji has proved to be effective. And he has just dismissed Austin. And LFCC are 67 for 4 after 12.5 overs. Coming in at number 6 is Gashan Yusuf.
We will also be engaging the fans to feel their pulse as far as the league is concerned.
Yusuf Gashan is the new batter in, and the very first ball he's going to be facing was a dot ball. And that dot ball has brought us to the end of the 13th over as FCC Foundation Cricket Club are 7-1 for 4. They need to take these runs to
of the final game of the season has no implication on the eventual champion. 4 wicket down, 71 runs, and 2 first ball.
Sunil coming in from the cut of a pill end. He's going to be bowling his third over. He has 1 wicket to his kitty. And the way it is, all of Island Teters bowlers just have 1 wicket each, who will take the ball body on to dismiss David Ankara and Gashan Yusuf, because if this partnership builds, we might be seeing another 15 runs put on board towards the end of the 20th over. It's the start of the 14th over. Sunil with the first ball. David Ankara goes big. Finds the gap, but Sulaiman Ruseway, who just took off the pads, came into action immediately, and the batters quick on their feet. Gashan and Ankara went for 2. That should be a maximum, but Shesonde Deji couldn't hold on to that.
But no, because we have to go for 4 runs.
4-run signal there by umpire Wale Adekoya. Shesonde Deji tried to hold on to that ball, but couldn't. And David Ankra will be happy with himself. Sunil waiting for David Ankra. Ankra goes big on the offside. Elijah picks it up easily, but 2 comfortable runs will still be taken by the batters. Good running in between the wickets. Those are what you want to see from batters, and most especially from David Ankra, who's an experienced Ghanaian and the captain of the side. He would tell himself, look, the moment we cross the 100 mark before the 17th over, then we have a game to play for. Pushed straight on the ground. Joanne couldn't go down to stop that. Who was at covers? And Elijah, who was at extra covers, a direct hit, and gosh, on your stroke is gone. That's what you want to see from a prolific fielder. Monday Elijah, who had to run all the way from deep extra covers to pick up that ball, and a direct hit towards the non-striker's end where David Gashon thought he wasn't going to get there. And Gashon is gonna feel disappointed with himself, and you can see David Ankra had to just undress a little. And FCC have just lost another wicket. The passing of David Gashon as it's 79 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 13.4 overs.
People are asking a simple question. When you see some person getting married, you say, God, when? So the question they tend to ask is, God, when for individual to play in command? Actually, I enjoy every bit of it.
New batter putting on jersey number 57 is Boniface Emmanuel, former under 19, plays his trade for the state in Kaduna and also plays cricketing trade for Crocodiles Cricket Club. David Ankra on strike will feel disappointed that his partner Gashon was so sluggish in getting to the crease that gave Elijah Monday that beautiful run out. Very well played, David Ankra. Bolari couldn't hold, I beg your pardon, Suleiman Rusewe couldn't hold on to that and allows the batter to go for just a single. The weather has stayed pretty clear today, so we will be seeing quality cricket. Boniface on strike. Sunil with the last ball of the 14th over. Dot ball it is, and that should bring us to the end of the over. As it's 81.
I said with the fans in between. I just come up with ageless and veteran coach Sheinshode from Ogun State. Coach, Good afternoon, sir. I'm sure you have had something much better to see lots of Abeokuta gain promotion back to where you think they belong. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. What's your take on Rock's performance in the season that is going to end today?
Sheson Adedeji back from the pavilion end to bowl his very last over of this innings.
Now, with the Asian team playing in Division 1 and we are presenting younger players, so and we are taking this game seriously. So the level of Division 2 is also at this play.
Thank you.
Sheson Adedeji to David Ankra. Appeal. Umpire. Moved away. Not worried or not concerned about that appeal.
Nigeria to appeal. But that appeal fell on deaf ears from umpire Ramon Nadilabu.
Sheson Adedeji to Boniface. Manuel Boniface goes down the ground. That's what you want to say from him playing in the V. Sheson Adedeji, experienced spinner, has 4 balls left to be bowled. Tough game here. David Ankra goes big. Abolari so sluggish in taking that catch. Everybody at the pavilion screamed out loud he should have taken that catch. He's saying that he didn't see the ball. But nonetheless, a boundary save is a run made. But to us right here at the comes box, that was a catch. And David Ankra, it would have been taking that log walk back to the boundary. The big question now is, would that attempt not taken by Abolari cost Island Titans this game? Ankra has now moved to 36 of 31 balls. Boniface goes big this time. Bolari picks it up. David Ankra not interested in the second run. Says, look, dude, I'm okay with just 1 run. Because he has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders. And that is what he's doing right now. He needs to play a captain's innings. Would we be seeing him score 50 for his side, as his side is currently on 85 runs. Lovely shots away from mid-wicket. Good use of the wrist. But the batters are interested in taking the second, as the former wicketkeeper Suleiman Rusewe ran all the way from mid-wicket to prevent the batters from going for the second run. Boniface plays it down the ground, but they are okay and comfortable with just 1 run. As long as the ball is ticking, they will be fine with it.
All right, we'll come to the end of the inning. And in my engagement, I come up with one of the finest umpires Nigeria have. Only there are people. You are an umpire, whether you are also a player. Your team, IMCC, has gone back to Division 2. What's your assessment of the performance of your team? There is so much expectation after gaining promotion last season, but hey, things went out and you are back to Division 2.
We have taken the lessons from the season and hope to apply those lessons going forward. So the next week we will join the division.
Sunil bowling from the cut of appeal end. Bowling is last over in this game. Boniface takes that on the V. On the ground towards Sheswan Adedeji at London for just 1 run. Boniface hasn't done anything different from what his captain or his team must have wanted him to do. Keep the ball on the ground and call for David Ankra. Let David Ankra take charge. Let him play the captain's role. And let's see how many runs we can put on the board and we'll be able to defend with Isla Tatans. Shot of a good length straight down towards Monday Elijah, but this time they will be careful. They decide to take him on. Wicketkeeper couldn't hold on to that. But that was a lovely throw by the young lad all the way from Ibadan. Oyo State, Monday Elijah, Nigerian former under-19 player. Doing justice with his hands with the ball. 4 balls left to be bowled in this over by Sunil. David Ankra goes big. That should go all the way for the maximum. Yes, that is. Lovely 6 there from David Ankra. That should take his tally to 40 runs. Those are the kind of shots you want to see from a captain.
I'm sure.
And FCC will be happy with that.
I'm 200% sure.
David Ankra, that 6 will take his tally to 41.
How did we drop Ankra? How did we drop Ankra?
Can he get the 50 to raise his bat? Lovely shot there, straight to Monday Elijah at deep extra covers. Just 1 run. Boniface now on strike. Very well played. Good use of the full face of the bat. Slanted it quietly. Knew there was no protection for Sunil at the sleeves cordon. And taking Ankra back on strike. Lovely shots there by David Ankra. Monday Elijah quick on his feet nevertheless. Ankra is playing the captain's role and the captain's innings. And he would be I am FCC has gotten up to 100 runs as I predicted. There are 100 runs for 5 wickets and 16 overs. And as you can see on the screen there, David Ankra is 48 of 36 balls. Boniface is anchored in easily for him with 5 of 6 balls. And Foundation Cricket Club 100 for 5 after 16 overs. Suleiman Rousseau is now replacing Sheson Adedeji in the attack from the pavilion end. Big thank you to our sponsors, MACA Drinks, SAGOE Foundation, Nigerian Cricket Foundation, CWAY Waters, Lagos State Cricket Association, and not to forget Pet Foundation, making sure that the 2022-2023 cricket season goes well. Big shots there by Boniface. Zane picks that up. 1 run.
And they finally get 100 as a team.
Boniface raising his bats, acknowledging that century being played as a team. David Ankra, 45 runs on for his tally. Can he get 48 runs, I beg your pardon, for his tally? Can he cross that 50 mark? He just needs 2 runs. Plays for defensive. No run taken. Would Suleiman Rusewe prevent Ankara from getting to that 50? The FCC tents are all watching. The spectators are watching. Ankara on 48. Walks down the line. Wicketkeeper misses it. He had a chance to stump him. But he would settle for a bye.
I don't know how many lives Ankara.
He would settle for a bye. A signal there by the umpire. He needs to be patient. You don't lose it when you have just 2 more runs to your 50. Boniface on strike. Goes to the leg side. 1 taken. Going for the second. Keeps David Ankara off strike. 2 balls left to be bowled. A signal there by the umpire. Oh, and I think this time the wicketkeeper finally got it right. But that wouldn't have been the wicket they would be looking for. They would have been looking for David Ankara's wicket. But nonetheless, a wicket is a wicket. And FCC has lost Boniface for 104 runs. 6 is 16.5 overs. Douglas is the new batter in for Foundation Cricket Club.
Here comes Douglas and wants to have the feeling of Suleiman Rushawu's bowling.
Douglas now on strike. That should go down the leg towards the leg side. Ankara not interested but decides to take it on. Probably he felt he touched Douglas's pads, but the umpire Ramon Adelaku signaling a white ball. David Ankara, 48, pushes it simple, goes for a single, and that should take him to 49. And he will be on strike for the next ball.
All right. In my final engagement, I come up with Maurice Animation, wicketkeeper for the league champions. Maurice, good afternoon. How excited are you winning the league with the Belgium? My first title in the league.
Yes, sir.
I want to say first of many to come.
Yes, sir.
How was your performance? How do you rate yourself over 10? Your performance in the league this season?
I'll probably say
Now, this is what you would love to see. Captain's thinking, decides to bring a bowler back into the attack, knowing truly well that David Ankara is the one who's going to be facing the next ball of the start of this over. What better way to keep the man who is on form against A quick bowler for your side.
6 wicket down. 106 runs on ball.
David Ankra, 49 of 39 balls. Abolari coming to bowl
39 balls.
from the cut of appeal end. Can David Ankra in this over raise the bat for a 50 to take his side as the captain? Or can Abolari break the jinx? Bowling to David Ankra, 49 of 39 balls. Appeal for LBW declined. That should be a leg by.
Gentlemen, the appeal didn't work, and you saw the check shot from umpire Wale Adekoya.
Leg by signal there by the umpire Wale Adekoya. Douglas now on strike. Ankra will be hoping that Douglas just hanging there for him. Down the leg side, there was no way that was threatening the stumps. A good call there by experienced umpire Wale Adekoya.
Well, I'm not a coach. I'm back. I had to go and fill reports of the fans, and I've enjoyed everything I've seen. I cannot understand the tactical decision of FCC to have brought in Douglas ahead of a certain Benga Akinrola who is in the squad. Knowing that we are in squeaky bum time, Benga should just go for all the balls.
Douglas has just proved you wrong.
By just scoring a single run.
Scoring a run. Nonetheless, the whole idea is attack the ball.
And that's what Benga Akinrola will give you.
What is the chances that if Benga Akinrola goes in there and gets bowled the very first ball?
The same chance a Virat Kohli would have, the same chance a Baba Azam will have to get out in the first ball, the same chance a Ken Williamson will have or a Ben Stokes.
Now, Sheon, this is the moment we all will be hoping for. David Ankra is 49. That jinx usually
not in age
actually in runs. This jinx usually happens. Once they say to get to a 50 takes almost forever, but to get to 100 is like a baby learning to take his first walk. Can he, David Ankra, score a 50 in this game?
This is a jollof battle. Nigeria versus Ghana. Rashid Abolari, Nigerian international. David Ankra, Ghanaian international. And so we wait to see who wins the battle. Will it be the ball or the bats? This will determine this over.
Put it to you, everyone. David Ankra has faced 11 balls and has only scored 1 run. He faced 11 balls and only scored 1 run. And he needs just 1 more run to score.
You wanted to say that in recent times he has faced 11 balls,
yes,
and then just
in recent times, before getting to this run, the 50 looks like forever for him. And that shot should take him down to his 50. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. David Ankra raises the bat, play the captain's role, and the captain's innings for his side. Sheon, what do you take of his innings?
I take something, and that is Island Titans failing to do the necessary. You don't give people a second life, and once you give people a second life and in the third life, they have opportunity to rethink and then re-strategize, and that's what Ankra has just done. I'm sure they'll be asking themselves, how did we allow Ankra to get to 50? Is as a result of misfielding and drop catches.
Misfielding and drop catches, Sheon has said. And the bowler now to Douglas goes deep into his legs. Wicketkeeper couldn't hold on to that, and they would go for a bye. A signal there by the umpire, and that should bring us to the end of the over, Sheon. What we have on the board right now is 111 runs for 6 wickets in 18 overs.
What's your projected score? Realistically, don't check what
Realistically, I would say Foundation Cricket Club should be able to clock the 125 with David Ankra still in. Give or take 125. I'm just looking at it from the perspective that...
Now you're now saying 14 runs off 12 balls. Is that not too small a total?
Just like I said, Seun, you didn't allow me finish. What I mean by that is if Douglas allows David Ankra to face more balls than he, but if Douglas is actually defending more, it means that 125 might go lesser than.
What does Douglas have to lose at this juncture? Go for every ball and anchor for Ankara. Did that sound nice? Anchor for Ankara.
The A for the A.
Yeah.
Sulaiman Russell to Douglas. First ball is a dot ball. Seun.
You can't be doing that at this over. That's criminal and sacrilegious. During this critical period where you need the runs.
Second ball again, Seun. I told you that the 125 might look not visible anymore. Now he has 10 balls. Seun, 10 balls, 14 runs. And a appeal for LBW. David Ankra decides to take the bull by the horn, like, get off strike, man. I need to be on strike. We need to cross the 120 mark or the 125 mark to make it possible. 3 balls bowled already.
Excellent bowling from Sulaiman Rushewe at this critical period.
What a way to miss a run out chance. All Sulaiman needed to do was just underarm flick, not trying to throw the ball. You were on the ground, all you needed to do was just flick it quietly. And that would have just hit the stumps, but rather he decided to throw the ball while he was still on the ground. Douglas pushes that towards the leg side.
Sulaiman batter, wicket keeper, now a spinner and doing very well with the ball, turning the ball very well. They will drop him certainly.
So much discussion, Seun, in that middle. People are saying, you could see from Sulaiman Rushewe's reaction that that ball was actually for Abolari, not Monday Elijah, who had to run all the way from deep extra covers to come cover up for Rashid Abolari at long on.
That discussion also meant something. It summarizes Island Titans' first innings, how they've dropped catches, how they have decided to allow FCC get runs that they didn't really work for as a result of misfielding here and there. But it's the last over, and we wait to see what they make out of this over. 116 runs for loss of 6 wickets. 6 good balls expected in this last over. And of course, Rashid Abolani coming from the Court of Appeal, and he will be licking his lips. That's, I think I should have Douglas for lunch, but the reverse might be the case. Cricket is quite unpredictable.
Lovely shot there by Douglas. Dug that out. Played with the full face of the bat towards the offside. At this point in time, Douglas has nothing to lose. Swing the bat.
FCC as a team has nothing to lose. They still got wickets in hand and they are not taking it home. They need to use them. No dot balls is required in this over. They need to score those runs and then give themselves a fighting chance for an entertaining second innings.
Entertaining second innings is what Seun Ajidaba has said. Very well played by David Ankra on the ground. Will they come back for 2? Yes, they did. Fumbled there by Sheson Adedeji. Sulaiman Rushewe had to back him up.
They look like guys who are disinterested. That let's just allow this first innings to end and let's go and bat in the second innings. But they've forgotten something, that what you give people, they might not be able to replicate when you are batting. I don't want to think that FCC will want to give them this misfielding in the second innings, knowing that it will be dangerous for them to do so. Like I said, this has no implication on what the league table looks like. The two teams are safe. They are not going to be playing in Division 2. The two teams that are going to be playing in Division 2 are Lagos Asians Cricket Club and Ibadan Metropolitan Cricket Club. While the two teams that showed their hands last season to be part of this season, which was United Cricket Club and Monda Boys Cricket Club, fought their way and gained promotion. After playing the regular season, they went into a Super 6 and the top two teams actually gained promotion. Hard luck for Pioneers. They live to fight another day.
No runs still taken, 2 balls left. And YISHAWU has just given it all. Pioneers Cricket Club in Division 2 had 3 opportunities to come last season, this season, and 2 seasons ago. But every last game they played proved totally difficult for them to get to. And a bowler in to David Ankra, 2 balls left for the completion of the 20 overs. What will be the target? Ankra swings the bat, finds Monday Elijah, and 2 runs will be taken comfortably. What an arm throw by Monday Elijah. It's very funny, show. Monday Elijah is actually quite short, but his arms are quite big.
That's what they call biceps. Biceps. When you have the hands that can throw those balls. 121.
David Ankra, last ball. What would he do? Comes out, but that should be just an easy single.
I must say big thanks to the match commissioner Zilibe, hardworking Zilibe, our 2 umpires for today, Ramon Adelako and Wale Adekoya. No, also forgetting Muina Talao, the scorer. And bigger thanks to Abayomi Ayonusi of the 50-something games that we had this season. Abayomi gave live coverage of a substantial 20, and I make bold to say of that 20, around just 1 commentary or 2, Abayomi did everything. Top job for you, Abayomi. First innings ended. The target for Island Titans Cricket Club is 123. We'll be back. Abayomi, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Shil, for the accolade. And just like you said, the target is 123 runs in 120 balls. We'll be back for the second innings, ladies and gentlemen. All right, then welcome back to the second innings of today's game between Foundation Cricket Club and Island Titans Cricket Club. It's the very last game of the Club Cricket Committee 2022-2023 Lagos League, sponsored by Engineer GBOLAHAN YISHAWU from Etiosa local government and the Lagos State House of Assembly. He was re-elected in the last general election held sometime in April. I beg your pardon, sometime in March, and he will be happy to be back at a ground where his friend and I think a classmate, Akin Denton, popularly known in the cricket circle as AKD, happens to be the chairman of the Club Cricket Committee Lagos League. Danladi Isaac will be opening the bowling for Foundation Cricket Club from the pavilion end, putting on jersey number 77. Sulaiman Rusewe and Zain are the two batters. Shehu Ajidagba is still here with me at the comms box, and Endurance Ofem, who was initially here with us in the opening first innings, was or is currently busy now. Shehu, do you think Island Titans can win this game? Because the required run rate for them to win is at 1.025.
Well, Abayami, thank you very much. We are grateful to all our viewers all over the world for joining us for the second innings of the final game of the season. Impossibility is nothing. The target for them is 123, and so it's an achievable feat if they apply themselves.
If they apply themselves is what Shehu Ajidagba has said. Danladi Isaac falling off stump, I beg your pardon, off spin. Zain swings his bat, but rather than go to the offside, goes towards the leg side. 1 run taken, that's 2 runs off 2 balls. Miracle Akibe putting on jersey number 1. On the screen there you have David Ankara, the captain of the side. Very well played by Sulaiman Rusewe on the top, picked it while the ball was still in the air, and that 4 runs means that Sulaiman is making a statement in this game that, hey, Island Titans won't be a pushover. 123 is an easy run for us. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Abayami, one thing is very instructive. One of the best batters we have in Nigeria presently is Sulaiman Rusewe. He replicated this performance last weekend in Benin City, Ugbowo to be precise, Edo Boys High School, where they had the Edo Cricket League, the Super 4 finals, No Limit, where he played for versus under 17. He was in his marauding self as usual, and I'm sure his coach, who is also the high performance manager, Steve Ogonji Tikolo, who is very much around, will be very delighted about his performance. Don't forget that this is more like a preparatory game for the national team of Nigeria as we look forward to the African Cricket Association competition coming up in Abuja. So I am not surprised. Then lastly, we have always emphasized, which is also one of your standpoints about me, that most batters in Nigeria don't take advantage of the power play, which is the first 6 overs. Nothing stops you from being on 50 runs, taking advantage of it, and that's what he's doing presently.
Taking advantage, Shehu, you're quite right about that. You need to take advantage of the power play because you have only 2 fielders outside the field, and every other player will be inside the field. That's 9 players in the 30-yard circle, and if you as a batting side can take advantage of it, then I don't see any reasons why your side should win a game. And that dot ball will bring us to the end of the over, as it's 9 for no wickets after 1 over. It's strange to say, or it's interesting to say, that the man who naturally has the gift of not just being an accountant but also being a cameraman has finally decided to take up his job right here at the comms box behind the camera, in person of Mr. Olumide Akintoku. The first time I saw him handle the camera was at the PWC 3 years ago, and he's back again right here at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval again to handle the camera.
Yeah, we simply call him international. he loves women, and when I mean women is the female cricket. Every time Nigeria organizes the Nigerian Cricket Federation Women's T20 Invitational, he's one of those umpires that is always on duty. That is not to say that when it comes to the male game, Olumide cannot umpire, but one of his strengths also is Olumide is a super bowler. He loves the new ball. He likes to swing the new ball very, very well. But great to see that he is a multi-talented person. But I must say about me quickly, that was an expensive over. 9 runs in that over is totally unacceptable.
From the Court of Appeal end is a left-hander who once played for Pioneers Cricket Club in Division 2 but decided to move to Foundation Cricket Club, and the person of Abdul Rashid Abdurrahman Okpeyemi plays a straight Aquara, was first discovered by Awobola Yusuf. Very well bowled. Sulaiman Rusaway finding it difficult to understand what he's bowling. And now FCC.
And you saw what he did. He went there to examine where the ball is actually pitching, and he wants to know what he will do about that ball.
Let's see what this response will be for the third ball. Oh, I beg your pardon, the second ball. The first ball was a wide ball. Very well bowled by Okpeyemi. Run out chance. Gashon couldn't throw that to the stumps. If that he had thrown that, Zayn would have been taking the logwork bound to the boundary, and I would have said that would have been deja vu as well. Gashon was run out by Monday Elijah, and Gashon will be looking to run out someone from the Island Titans battered line.
Expertly said about me.
Lovely shots there by Suleiman Rusaway. Would that race all the way to the boundary for 4? Yes, it has. Lovely square court drive.
And there's one trademark of Suleiman that I love. When he hits those balls for boundary, be it a 4, be it a 6, he goes to the other end to go and see what is happening. He needed not to go to the non-strikers end, but he will just do that. Looks more like a ritual for Suleiman. Great batter he is.
I must say, it must not just be about Suleiman getting there. I've seen batters even at the Indian Premier League also. Once they hit that ball, they still go to the other end just to complete the run. Probably it's just a mark like, look, even if that had not gone for 4, I would have still gone for 1 run. Lovely shot.
But you know, there are some shots that we call a no movement shot for the fielders. You know this definitely is going for a 4 or a 6, so you need not bother yourself. But there are some guys who still have to do that normal ritual there. No matter what they do, knowing that this ball is going for a 4 or a 6, they'll still have to get to that other end. Yeah,
they'll still definitely get to the other end. Okpeyemi is still bowling from the Court of Appeal end. Shot of a good length, very well bowled. Sulaiman mistimed the ball. We said it earlier in the first innings. The pitch is staying low, though the sun is out. But the humidity that the pitch might need from the sun it's not getting. So at this point in time, Sulaiman needs to stay down at all times if he's going to be getting the runs he needs.
Okpeyemi from the Court of Appeal end.
Excellent bowling. Good comeback from Okpeyemi to end the over. As Island Titans now are 13 runs for the loss of no wickets after 2 overs.
They require 6.15, but they're getting more than that, and that's one area that they need to really take a critical look at. After the second over, they are already on 14 runs, and I think at this juncture, one of our guys who has been far away in the capital city of Abuja, Tayo Showole, joins us, and it would be nice to have Tayo Showole at the commentary position to also feel his pulse. One of the intelligent cricketers we have, but he's telling me something I don't want to phantom. At a tender age, telling me he has retired, someone in his 20s. But hey, oh my word! Tayo, you saw that? That was excellent.
That was a needless wicket to give away, I think.
Maybe the running wasn't quick.
No, I don't think that the run was necessary.
Wow. Tayo, it's a pleasure having you join us here. Your thoughts about the first innings that you saw and what you are seeing now in the second innings.
Thank you for having me, Shaun. The first innings looked okay. I saw some terrific batting at the top of the order. I think that 120, well, I thought that 120 was maybe a little bit low par, but it does look like FCC have a strong enough bowling now to defend this, or at least to make a game out of this. The Titans haven't given away too many chances. Sulaiman Runshewe seems to be in good form, striking at 100%, but this wicket that just went down could turn things around. There's a kind of moment in the game where, you know, the fielding side just take the impetus and keep going.
But I like what you said, Tayo. But looking at how they started, it's not the best of start for FCC. Island Titans require 6.15 and they were getting 7 per over, which was quite expensive for this Foundation Cricket Club side.
Yeah, it is. And this man that has the strike has looked in very good form. He's been in form now for a number of months, even in national team colours. And just look at that. Just stepped across the line. A fantastic sweep shot. I think the signs look ominous for FCC if he continues playing this way.
Tayo, you've once captained Nigeria before, you've captained several teams. One of the reasons Ankara, vastly experienced player for Ghana and by extension FCC, one of the many things he was trying to do is that based on the run rates that we have, we don't want to have 2 pace bowlers coming from both ends, and let's have somebody in form of a spinner to slow down things. But Daladi is not just doing justice to that. Based on how the runs have been ticking, in every over they've knocked him for a boundary. He's just in his second over, and every over of his, the run rate keeps going up.
I have some pity for the captain, to be honest. There's only so much you can do. Sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say, you know, this guy is playing well. We can just try to frustrate him, you know, try to starve him of the boundaries. But inside of the power play, you know, it's really difficult. It can be difficult. You have to be patient. You have to trust your guys sometimes. It does look as though they've set up for him to play on the offside. They now have a short 45 that has just moved there in addition to the square leg. Maybe he wants to go on his wicket. Yeah, it does go on the wicket. It's risky. It's a risky play. They have a mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket and a long on, and that's all they can have on the leg side at the moment. You just have to be patient, I think, as a captain. He's bowling well now.
Yeah, and one of the many things they also need to put into consideration is they have to put on their thinking cap as a bowler in ensuring that they keep Sulaiman off strike. Elijah just came on, still trying to find his feet. So you have to just say, let's focus on Elijah, the new entrant, and leave out Sulaiman, who is constituting a nuisance, a positive nuisance in the batting crease.
Yeah, it's that balance between attacking and trying to go for the wicket, especially if you don't have a lot of runs on the board, and also just deciding to defend and force the batters to come on the attack because they're looking for it. There's still a long way to go in this game.
Are you sure, Tayo, with this 7 per over that they are doing, it means we will not get to 20 overs before the game ends if it continues like this?
No, they do need wickets, but you also cannot attack too much. Yeah, there's a lot of cricket still to be played in this game, I think. It could still go either way.
But better bowling coming from Okpeyemi, who is coming from the Call of Appeal end.
Yeah. He is getting some away swing from the right-hander. which is why they have that wide second or goalie, is it? And that's a chance. That's the chance. That's the type of chance that can change the complexion of this game. It has to go down as a drop catch at short mid-wicket.
And you talk about chance. Is it a case of we are replicating what you did to us in the first inning? David Ankara went on to score 57 off 49 balls, but he was dropped about 3 times. And Sulaiman is that kind of batter that doesn't require a second life. Else, you might have reasons to regret.
FCC cannot afford to repay the favor. They absolutely cannot afford to not take these chances.
But is it a case of Tayo, whatever happens in this game, it has nothing to do with the league table?
No, I don't think that's what we're saying here. I think that the 22 men that are going against each other here want to win, regardless of their standings in the league. I think the spirit of the game is to always give it your all. They look to me like they are doing just that.
Good running in between the wickets. And that's the vice captain. These two guys can constitute a positive nuisance in the batting crease. Sulaiman Rushewe and Sheson Adedeji. Sheson Adedeji is the vice captain of Island Titans Cricket Club, Nigerian International. Sulaiman Rushewe, Nigerian International. So it's a batting practice.
Sheson is possibly one of the most destructive batters in Nigeria at the moment. Sometimes it takes a while to get going, but when it does get into gear, it can be very dangerous.
It can wreck a team.
It can. This is a partnership that FCC needs to find how to break. I don't think they can afford to relax.
And no disrespect to the Island Titans team, seems as if you get these two out, and probably Elijah Olaleye is almost done and dusted. No disrespect to Rashid Abolari, who loves to play the half volley shot, if only you give it to him. But it's not the batter you want to rely on in the team. But trust me, these two guys, you don't want them to be there in the next 10 overs.
No, I think you're right to say that these are the two key men for the Titans in the middle now, and any sort of breakthrough would improve FCC's chances greatly. Any sort of breakthrough before these men do further damage. Rashid is a bowler who can bat rather than a batter who can bowl. He does hit a long ball.
Yeah. And when he strikes it well.
He does. But I'm sure he would prefer to not be in the middle, and he would prefer for these two men to finish the job today.
All right. 4 overs gone.
And that's a drop card. The easiest chance you would get today, dropped. Miss hit to mid-off.
Miracle?
That was not a miracle.
That was what?
I don't know what to call it.
That was atrocious.
Yeah, that is the easiest chance. You would hope for, and it's dropped it.
And Sulaiman again, second time.
Yeah. What more can you do as a bowler in this types of situations? He has done his job.
I think he's having a better over now because Tayo, I was going to question the rationale for allowing him come for his third over based on what has happened in the last 2 overs where he bowled and they were quite expensive. But hey, he seems to have tidied things up.
I understand the decision to bowl him. The last over, I went for a boundary of the first ball, but the rest of the over was okay. You have to bowl him at some point, and better to bowl him now than when the game is tight. I think that's what the captain has gone for here. 2 dot balls now, one chance there. This has been a very good over. if he doesn't lose it.
Well, we'd love to cap it up with a wicket.
Shot.
That was lovely pick-up throw there from...
The workout in the deep.
Yes. And great communication from the two batters.
Yes.
Else, one of them would have been going to the boundary.
Yeah, lovely cricket all round. And it's bowled. Lemon trying to dab one through the sleeves, has played it onto his thumbs.
That's Sheson Adedeji.
That is Sheson Adedeji. Step back and try to look for the single through first sleep. He hasn't quite got going this innings.
And I think, Tayo, you needed to give me some props. Because I was saying it prior to the end of that over that you would love to cap that over with a wicket.
You did say that. You wished him the wicket. So he needs to give you the props.
But that was great mental strength from this man called Danladi Isaac.
You also need to now give the
so
skipper
I'm
props.
giving him a global prop because
you question the skipper's decision to keep him on.
Yes, so I, in all honesty, based on what happened in the first over and what happened in the second over, one would have thought that he should take a break, maybe come from the Court of Appeal end if this pavilion end is not going to favor him. But it takes a bowler with courage to say, just give me the ball.
That's why they are on the field and we are in the commentary box. Yeah.
All right, I agree with you 200%. And out goes Sheson Adedeji.
Zain Awan.
This is also a very, decent batter on his day. If you decide to give him that chance. But that was the perfect way to end that over. 24 for 4, 2 wickets. Let's see what Okoyemi does from his end.
That's not bad bowling at all.
Definitely. He's bowling like Yemi Adegbola.
Yes, it looks like. I thought it was him when I walked in.
Yeah. Bowling very much like Yemi Adegbola. And Yemi is also on the field.
Easy.
Yes. That slips.
All right.
Age is catching up with him. They need to keep him in a place where they will not disturb him. Like you always say, your person will go help you, no go stress you.
Another single there to short mid wicket.
At least they've cut down the run rate.
They have
very crucial.
They have made it. They have made it more competitive now.
Yeah.
And suddenly 123 runs to win feels like a lot.
This boy is from Kwara.
He's bowling some decent shot of a length.
Yes.
He's moving it away off the seam. Not bad at all.
And the batters are finding it difficult to play him. Looks like if they are not careful, they just edge it into the hands of the wicketkeeper.
One of the things that they have going for them with the angle and the movement is that you can certainly rule out leg before wicket. So I would expect Sulaiman to step out of his crease and meet that ball on the full. I don't know that they've set the field properly for that ball. There's no one on the square leg boundary or the mid-wicket fence here as well. But as long as he continues to bowl the right line,
yes,
they have a third man and a sweeper on the offside, they should always do the job.
Like we always say, Tayo, when you have men on the offside, what are you doing on the leg side?
Exactly.
So you have more men here, and as long as you continue to drop that ball there, you have men fighting for you. And your wish is to say that when it comes to them, they don't bungle it. Either be it a catch or trying to stop a run.
Exactly.
Zayn. Oh, he decided to delay the ball.
Wide ball on his down leg.
Certainly not needed at this critical period. Needs to cut that out.
Yep. No protection on the leg side, like I said earlier. Shots and giving the treatment. 4 runs. That was the last ball of a previously good over.
Yeah.
Sulaiman moved to 24 of 21 balls, striking at the 114. 31 for 2 after 6. Airline Titans chasing 123.
It will always happen. You can't have it a la carte. I mean, have it going all through. There are some periods where you just need to do some giveaways, and that's what cricket is all about. You don't necessarily have to wait for Christmas or Easter period to do giveaways. It comes when you fail to do the needful.
Isaac Danladi is back for his 4th over.
Why did they have to do that? Based on how he was bowling, I thought they would have reserved him.
You want to apply the pressure, Sean. When you're on top, you want to keep your feet at the neck of your opponent. Danladi has successfully done that. I don't see why they should change that.
All right, I agree with you. If that's your summation about the whole thing. But I'm just thinking that there are periods where you need to come clutch, and those periods are periods where you save people like this for. Maybe Ankara has something up his sleeves. I'm sure he's also a good bowler. He's saving himself. They see Yemi Adegbola, and they see some guys in the squad that can still get the job done.
I think he has options. You have to also consider the matchups. I'm not sure that Ankara wants Danladi to be bowling to an Abolari. It's probably best to run through his 4 overs now. Lovely stop on the boundary. So this team 2 runs there.
2 is safer than 4.
Always better than.
Better bowling from Danladi. Woody did not have a good first innings with his bat. Scored 17 off 20 balls. Wicketkeeper thought he had him. but the square leg umpire feels.
I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do. He's not picking the spin at all. He's just playing all around it.
Over just ended. And so the run rate has dropped, the required run rate to 5 precisely. 2 wicket down, 35 runs. Game on. Your assessment of the power play. I'm sure I'm already preempting you, they didn't take advantage of it.
Oh no, I don't think that they took advantage of it at all. The fielding side will feel like they've won the power play. 35 for 2, not bad at all if you're the fielding side.
But I have to ask you, and I must say that usually the fielding side wins the power play. It's a problem in Nigeria where we don't take advantage of the power play. What do we need to do in ensuring that we do the net? Oh, you don't do that.
Fantastic shot. I don't think the bowler has done anything wrong there at all. I think that that's just an amazing shot by an informed batter. Yes. Yeah, but to your question about attacking the power play and utilizing the power play, I think that it's something that will come to us with time and practice and confidence, and just a change in approach. In places where they attack the power play, you would notice a willingness to not wanting to fail, but a willingness to go at it regardless of what happens, right? You understand that sometimes you fail as a batter, you get out first ball, but other times, you come out of the first 6 overs of the game, scoring at 8, 10, 12 and over, and you set a platform to go ahead and score 200 to 220 in 20 overs. Until we are okay with playing the percentages, I think that we'll always continue to bat this way at the top of the innings. We're always very careful, never wanting to fail, I think.
All right, better bowling, and that was excellent thought, but Tara should just get himself ready for this question. Is it a case of Nigeria trying to switch from the ODI that we were used to, and I mean 50 overs game, to the reality, which is 20 overs and by extension 10 overs? Is that what is causing this delay, switching from what we were used to for a very long time and to the reality on ground?
That is what it is, and that change doesn't just happen because I say it should. It happens because you have made the necessary changes. There are skill changes, there's mentality changes that are required to bat at the top, and score quickly. There are temperament changes that need to happen, and it takes a sustained period of effort, to get it to happen.
And I think that was a good over there.
Yeah, 40 for 2 after 8 overs. I think that we'll see a change of bowling now, as we see a change of personnel in the commentary box as well.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Tayo Shiwole. We'll definitely have you. Abayomi, you see what it is. It's still 5 per over, but that was not a bad over from that end.
Definitely not a bad over from that end. Thank you very much, Tayo Shiwole, for joining us in the commentary box alongside YISHAWU Ajidaba. And it's 40 runs for the loss of just 2 wickets in 8 overs. What is required is 83 runs in 72 balls. Suleiman Rusere is currently on 29 runs of 23 balls. Zain, who is his partner, is 5 of 15. And coming to bowl from the pavilion end is David Ankra. He's bowling his first over in this game. The experienced Ghanaian played under the captain of Peter, and also played right here during the Northwest cricket competition. big captain, scored a very good run for his side in the first innings. Scored a total of 57 runs of 49 balls, not out. That definitely will help his tally, but I don't think that might help in who's going to be the batter of the series. Because currently now, on the leaders board of the league, topping the bats is Selim Salawu, who played 11 matches, had 11 innings, runs of 364. His highest was 73. Lovely shots there by Suleiman Rusawe. He has played carefully today. He hasn't given much chances. And David Ankra will be looking to play a very huge role in ensuring that he finds a way to dismiss Suleiman Rusawe from the crease. Zain on strike. David Ankra is second ball off the over. Very well bowled by Ankra, well left by Zain. Doesn't want to present his bat too early, so he doesn't get that nick where he has to nick it to the wicket keeper. And after the end of today's game, we will still be showing to you the presentations, but that will be brought to you live on this channel. Lovely running in between the wickets, appeal for run out, declined there by the umpire Wale Adekoya, who is running to pick up the bells and fix the stumps. Good running in between the wickets by Zain and Suleiman Rusawe. Runs away, started cricket at the famous Liberty Cricket Ground at the Ibadan Stadium, all the way in Oyo State, and now he played for Ibeji Electric Cricket Club when he came to Lagos, and he's playing for Island Titans. Lovely shot, good pull. Has that gone maximum? No, bounces before getting to the rope. 4 runs. Lovely shot there by Suleiman Rusawe. 30 takes his tally to of 24 balls. Suleiman is doing justice with the bat for his side, as now they require 81 runs. I beg your pardon, 77 runs and 68 balls. David Ankra needs to find a way to get Suleiman Rusawe out of the crease if his side is in any way going to have a chance of winning. Another lovely shot. Oh, misfield there at deep extra covers. Boniface couldn't hold on to that, and the batters go for just an easy single. Ankra David to Suleiman Rusawe. I beg your pardon, that was Zain. Yes, that was Zain. Lovely use of the wrists, angle the bat, making it go away from Dashon, who was a third slip. And that single has brought us to the end of the over, as it's 9 overs gone. 48 runs on the board, 75 runs required in 66 balls. A little bit of water break from both sides. Humidity is at 32, and you can see the FCC players having a little bit of breather. And now you can see the 12th men from both sides. Back into the dugout of each side. Boniface, now on strike from the Court of Appeal end. Lovely shot there by Zayn over the top of Backshaw, who was so deep in at covers. And now you can see the captain telling him, move back, young man. You are too close to the bat. If you had stayed back, that would have been an easy catch for you. Oh, lovely shot. But there was good protection there. Benga Kiriola. Who was a shot third man. Didn't allow that to beat him. Good use of the Ricks wicketkeeper Yemi at the bowler, big man. That laddie with him, but they only could just watch the ball raise all the way to the boundary for 4. And that 4 runs will bring Suleiman Rusewe's tally to 39 off 27 balls. Suleiman Rusewe gradually getting to close to a 50. Can he finish up that 50 as David Ankara did for his side? It's a lovely weather right here at the famous home of cricket, Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval. Lovely shots, well-controlled shots on the ground. Suleiman Rusewe in top form, has been consistent. And that should bring us to the end of the over, ladies and gentlemen. Island Titans Cricket Club are now 54 for 2 after 10 overs. Zayn, 8 runs of 20 balls, and Suleiman Rusewe 40 of 30 balls. Has total of 7 falls to his kitty with a strike rate of 133. Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, Suleiman Rusewe has just been dismissed. I think he was caught. It was an edge. Wicketkeeper took the catch. That had not for Suleiman Rusewe. 40 of 30 balls. And Suleiman Rusewe's innings has just come to an end. Island Titans are 54-3 after 10.1 overs. Comes in Elijah. He'll be looking to continue from where Sulaiman Rosewe stopped from. Very well bowled there by David Ankra. And lovely shot. Very well played by Elijah. Elijah Olaleye. Ankara has bowled 1.2 overs, no maiden, 8 runs conceded, 1 wicket. Good use of the race towards the leg side, where you have Douglas go to pick up the ball. The famous tree of Tafawa Balewa's cricket oval has a lot of dignitaries there right now. As you can see, the coach of the national team is right there, the physio is there, board of selectors are there. And that's what's happening currently at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval. Wide ball, declared by umpires. Ramon Adilakun. Very well bowled there by David Ankara to Zain. Keeping it simple. Off stump. Zain and Elijah having a discussion on what the bowler is bowling. They know if they're going to have any way to win this game, they need to build a trust and partnership amongst each other. Match ref for today, Zilibe. Oh, up in the air, but should be safe. Oh, tough luck for Yemi Adegbola. Had the chance to take that catch. Such a big old guns. That was top luck from him. The batters will be comfortable with a single, but they'll be asking themselves, did I play that shot properly? David Ankara, captain of his side. Lovely shot. Full face of the bat. One run taken, and that 1 run should bring us to the end of the over. 59 for 3 after 11 overs. 64 runs to win in 54 balls. We have a game at hand right now. Lovely shot there by Zayn into the gap. Danladi with the ball at long on. 1 run taken. Very well bowled by Boniface, just keeping it low, simple, middle wicket to wicket, ensuring that Elijah have no response to balls being bowled. Now Elijah decides to go big. He has Miracle there with him. Miracle picks that up easily, comfortably, for just 1 run. Gradually getting to the 13th over. Fota, Zayn goes big. That should give us maximum 6. Yes, 6 it is. Lovely shot there by Zayn. Saw the loose ball, bowled by Boniface. And he decides to punish that. Goes really big. Gets the maximum. Full face of the bat, middle of the bat. What better way to play a relevant shot? Zayn has just done that. Takes his tally to 18 of 25 balls as Alan Tatters at 67 for 3 after 11.4 overs. It seems to be that FCC would find it difficult to win this game if they allow Zayn to be punishing those loose balls. Straight down the ground again. Boniface this time goes for the ball that he bowled. On the ground towards the onside where Danladi is. Just runs quietly to pick it up. That single will bring us to the end of the 12th over. 68 for 3. 55 runs to win in 48 balls.
And that's very doable. Very possible, Abayomi. David Ankra is back at the pavilion end. We said it that when these two teams first met, the game was washed out. That was a missed opportunity there.
Half chance, I would say. It was a half chance. If he had picked up that ball, David Ankra would have been taking, I beg your pardon, Zayn would have been taking the walk back to the pavilion. Zayn, who's currently on 20 off 28 balls.
Not a bad strike rate.
71 is the strike rate.
And you agree with me that if he scores 70 in an examination, is an A? Yeah? Any exam, be it WAEC, be it NECO, be it university exam.
I thought it was 75, sure.
No. So I don't know about any other university, but for Unilag, 70 starts.
With an A?
Yeah.
But I'm sure the questions must be really tough before you actually get that 70.
Not. It varies from lecturers to lecturers.
Just heard Shehu Ajidaba saying it varies from lecturers to lecturers. But right here, it's not about the lecturer, it's between the bat and the ball. Lovely shot there by Monday Elijah Gashon. Can he take that catch? Oh, drop catch! How do you drop that catch? It would have been a deja vu if Gashon had taken that catch. Monday Elijah was the one who ran him out, and he had the opportunity to return that same favor. Elijah hit the ball down towards mid-wicket. Gashon had the whole world to take that comfortable catch, but rather he decided to drop the ball. And Elijah...
Can we play the devil's advocate for Gashon? Was he under the sun? Maybe that's an excuse.
So the sun is just right behind us here at the commentary box, and Gashon is totally away from the sun. There was no reason that Gashon could give for him dropping that catch. The ball was right in his hands. He didn't close his hands as expected by an outfield fielder. Oh, shot there by... Lovely shot there by Zayn. Zayn is not found his... Should I say the word zing? In the sense that he has found his rhythm.
Found his form.
Found his form, like Shehu said. Swinging the bats at everything thrown at him.
He wants to replicate what Ankara did in the first innings, where he scored 57 runs off 49 balls.
Oh no, would we say that's a commentator's curse? After playing that 4, we gave him the accolades. But the very next ball he just faced, he has been bowled. Show tough luck to Zayn. 24.
Definitely. I remember one of the comments I heard years ago from Sean Phillips, one of the super cricketers I've ever come across anywhere in the world, saying as a bowler, you have 10 men working for you and you have 6 balls to do damage. While for the batter, you can also determine the field setting for the fielding side. It's either you tell them to walk in by virtue of you taking singles, or you lob the ball over their head and you take them back again to the boundary. You know, so in comes Rashida Bolani, that we thought statistically also had 1 wicket, but based on his economy rate, we had to give him that props in the first innings. For Rashida Bolani, bowling 4 overs, 1 maiden, 13 runs. Not a bad statistics. In comes Rashida Bolani.
Could you quickly run us through the dignitaries we should be expecting for the presentation?
Well, talking about dignitaries, we are expecting some of them are already around. I've seen the president of Nigerian Cricket Federation, who also doubles as the chairman of Edo State Cricket Association, Mr. Uyi Akpata. We are expecting the sponsor of the league, Honorable GBOLAHAN Olusegun YISHAWU, representing the Tiosa 2 constituency at the Lagos State House of Assembly. I've seen the SAGOE brothers, Kwesi SAGOE, former president of the African Cricket Association and former president of Nigerian Cricket Federation, the chairman of the Lagos State Cricket Association, Mr. Kofi SAGOE. I've seen him. I've seen Charles Omuera, who is the vice chairman of the Lagos State Cricket Association and representing the chairman of the BOT for the league. I've seen Steve Tikolo, high performance manager, and of course the coach of the national male team of Nigeria. Quite a lot of people, but thumbs up to the executive of the CCC led by Mr. Akidenti. A lot of people are here, so we are expecting a star cast.
Star cast is what Shehu has said. White ball bowled.
Not at this period. And this is Miracle.
Yes, please. Jersey number 1, Miracle. Bowling from the cut of a pale end,
He's hoping for a miracle.
but not the way he's bowling. Very well played. Abolari is a big hitter of the ball.
Wow, when he hits the ball, he hits it very hard.
So the question I'm asking is it trying to be careful? On the ground, Cashon picks that up. No run taken. Good call by Elijah. Knew he was at the danger end if that ball had been taken advantage of.
Finally gets the monkey off his back.
Just seems like a very quiet innings as the proceedings are going. Appeal for LBW, but that was definitely going towards the leg side. 77 runs, 4 wickets, 14 overs gone, 46 runs in 37 balls. Sheon, doable or not?
Oh, please don't ask me this question. About me, you are a cricketer before becoming a commentator. We've seen a telephone number in an over, and I keep referencing Ben Stokes versus Carlos Braithwaite performance. West Indies versus England. You know how many runs came in that over? If you are not careful, if you don't bowl well, like they say in local parlance, you go collect.
Exactly, Sheon. You go collect is the word in local palace. Backshaw coming into the attack from the pavilion end, and you can see David Ankra telling him, look good, play the ball in this spot, bowl the ball to this particular act, so it gives me the privilege to bowl, to set a particular field set for you. Backshaw putting on jersey number 7. It's gonna be bowling to a bowlery Rashid Ayomide. Bull has to bowl it wicket to wicket. The fielders he has outside are third man. Deep extra covers. Long on for mid wicket. A bowlery to Backshaw. Backshaw to a bowlery. First ball. It's a dot ball. Benga Kirila walks up to him and tells him, keep bowling it at the angle. Make sure we have 5 balls at that particular angle and we'll be done with it. Oh, lovely shot. Away from the wicket keeper. Good use of the wrist and the slant, the bat. Those are the kind of shots FCC will be hoping for. towards the leg side. Elijah. Simple and easy. 79 runs, 4 wickets, 14.3 overs. 44 needed in 33 balls. Good bowling. Very good use of the back foot by Abolari. Timing the shot and playing it accordingly. Not doing anything different from what is expected of him. That should be a white ball, yes. A white ball signal there by the umpire, Ramon Adelaku. Takes Island Titans to 81 of 14.4 overs. No ball signaled. Would that race to the boundary? Yes, it is. 4 runs. 4 runs. Yemi Adebola tried to stop that, but it's a no ball 4. And now we'll be seeing a free hit to be played this very next ball. No ball was the call by umpire Ramon Adelakola. I think it was going to be the front foot. That's the reason for the no ball. Gashon telling Bakshaw, just keep it calm, keep it cool. Just bowl it simple. Don't worry about it. Very well bowled by Bakshaw. Ankara picks that up with his foot. FCC will be hoping that the singles piles up and the dot balls keeps coming. Lovely shot by Bolari. 6 it is. Lovely shot there by Bolari. Saw the loose ball on the offside. Took advantage of it. And I must say, the dressing of Ankara right now speaks volume of what is currently going through his mind. You can see him. He had to pull his trousers up and in a way convert it to a shot. And Abolari and Elijah having a little bit of a breather as the run tally has now gone to 93 for 4 after 15 overs. Now it's a game at our hand. Island Titans require 30 runs of 30 balls. 93 runs, 4 wickets, 15 overs, 30 balls, 30 runs, 1 run per ball. Olaleye on strike. Miracle Akibe from the Court of Appeal end. Goes big. 6, that should be. Yes, 6 it is. What a way to start the last 5 overs. 6 runs played by Elijah Olaleye. Takes that big and takes that comfortable That 6 will take his side to 99 runs in 15.1 overs, 24 runs to win in 29 balls. David Accra now would be asking himself, what can he do? He needs to just find a way to break this partnership. Very well bowled, good comeback from Miracle Akigbe. Sheon is back with us right here at the Combs box.
Expensive over. They need to cut it, else danger looms. Miracle will be seeking for a miracle, and that miracle is just to see that either of Elijah Olale or Rashida Bolahan wickets drops. Both players reigniting the partnership. Oh my word. Definitely not what FCC and their fans envisage. Rashida Bolari and Elijah Olale are two players who made history for Nigeria back in 2019 in Namibia, Windhoek, when we qualified for the World Cup in 2020. What does that mean? These two players know each other so well, and that partnership they had at under 19 level, they are trying to bring it to the fore in today's game. This looks like a 4. It looks like 4 runs. They definitely will be asking themselves, how did we get here?
In the space of 6 balls, the total runs conceded is 12, and that 12 runs has taken Alatas to where they want to be. Is 105 for 4 after 16 overs, 18 runs to win, Sheon, in 24 balls.
For those who understand this, I'm going to interpret. Island Titans, they carry FCC go where they don't know, and that simply means Island Titans are taking FCC to a place they don't know and a place they don't want to be. Okpeyemi is back, but now at the pavilion end. He came from the Court of Appeal end. He needs to drop things. Ladies and gentlemen, just arriving is the sponsor of the league, Honorable GBOLAHAN Olusegun YISHAWU, member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, has just been re-elected to serve another term in office. Like they say, one good term deserves another. The reason they had to bring him back, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. Thank you, Honorable GBOLAHAN Olusegun YISHAWU. We are glad to have you in our midst, and we hope your re-election is that catapult that cricket needs to get the right development. It's being flanked by the president of the Cricket Federation, who also doubled as the chairman of Edo State Cricket Association, Mr. Uya Akpata. I can see Mr. Akindenti also there. And definitely is very excited to see that I am getting return on investment. But
What I
back,
would hope to see, Shehu,
yeah,
is Engineer GBOLAHAN YISHAWU telling all the House of Assembly
yeah,
members
to
pick up with cricket.
yes, knowing that cricket is not getting the adequate support it's supposed to get.
Back to the game, Shehu. Enough of the accolades to the sponsor, but we're still back to the game. Alan Tatters requires 17 runs off 21 balls.
I do believe in miracles, but except a miracle happen, Yomi.
At this point in time, Shehu Ajidagba will be leaving the comms box as he's going to be joining Endurance in the presentation, pre-presentation. But do not go anywhere as we will be showing you the presentation and medal awards for the 2022-2023 cricket season. Lovely shots there, straight to Benga Kiriola, covers. 1 run taken, good backup from Miracle like Igbe, a third man, but more like shots silly. And it's 16 runs to win in 19 balls. Would we be seeing this game go to the wire, or would it just end before the 20th over? Very well bowled by Okpeyemi Abdul Rashid to end the over, as it's now 107 for 4 after 17 overs. Lovely shot there by Elijah Olaleye. Now Alan Tattons require 14 runs in 17 balls. To me, it seems doable at this point, but 1 wicket can change the whole game. Miracle Kigbe needs to ball it line and length, as Elijah is now 25 of 20 balls. Goes big again. And that should be 4 runs. 4 run signal there by umpire Wale Adekoya. 6 runs off 2 balls. It just seems to be going Isla Tanta's way right now. Good comeback there by Miracle Akibe. Keeping it simple, I beg your pardon. Oh, lovely shot. Would that be a 6? Maximum 6 by Elijah Olaleye. That 6 has given them the much needed breather that they need. That 6 has taken his side to 119 for the loss of just 4 wickets, as is now 4 runs to win in 14 balls. Very much doable at this point. Last ball of the over. I beg your pardon, one more ball, but 1 run taken, 2 runs taken. And Island Titans are going for the 3rd one. Oh, another overthrow. Abolari won't go, but he's going to risk it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that the game won't have come to an end. 4 runs taken. And that 4 will bring us to the end of the game. Congratulations to Island Titans Cricket Club, finishing big at the very last game of the 2022-2023 Club Cricket Committee Lagos League. Stay tuned as we'll be going shortly into the award presentation live.
We come to the end of the game, and it's Island Titans who had the day. The Foundation Cricket Club maintaining their top position in the league. Congratulations. Now the Nigerian Cricket Federation, the welcome Mr. SAGOE. Foundation Cricket Club, please. May I request David ENGR and team to come forward. The club limited time. The Rising Stars Cricket Club, please come to the pavilion, please. Mr. YISHAWU, you are welcome. For those of you up there. We are waiting for Foundation Cricket Club. Please, David ENGR, come with your team. No worries. You take forward at the end of the 72 match league. You've done well for yourselves. Brilliant performance.